Hello everybody, it's Numerologist Michelle Buchanan here with your numerology forecast for February 2026. So 2026 itself is a one universal year. I suggest you listen to the forecast for 2026. I'll put the link in the comments below. What this means is we're in a whole 9-year cycle, a brand new 9-year cycle starting this year. And that one universal year gives us courage and it gives us opportunity to create a fresh start, a new us, a new you, a new me, a new beginning, new ideas, new fresh energy, and the ability to create the life that we want, to come here to create what we're actually here to do. Let's get down to business and have a look at February 2026. Now, February 2026 is a 3 universal month with that one universal year. And together, these two numbers give us a really powerful ability to create and attract, because both number 1 and number 3 are creative numbers. Great for manifestation, great for attracting and creating the things we want to attract, manifest and create in our life using the universal laws, especially the law of attraction. Okay, now for February 2026 being a 3 universal month, that is a time where we really need to be more positive. That 3 energy is about lightheartedness, fun, playfulness, positivity, optimism, where we're using that high vibration, upbeat energy to get ourselves over the line, to attract what we want, to give attention to what we want. But by using that really positive emotions, those 3 emotions of optimism, of belief, of faith, of trust, of feeling good no matter what is going on around us, that we are able to see the bigger picture and have complete faith and trust that everything is exactly as it's meant to be, but being optimistic and choosing to see the glass half full and going out of our way to feel good, to do more of the things that we enjoy and that make us feel good. On paper, it may look like a waste of time doing things that feel good. But in the spiritual, energetic world that we live in, that is the real world that we are in, it's more of what we are and what is really going on as opposed to the physical material world. It is one of the most highest vibrations. Happiness, joy, gratitude, appreciation, and simply feeling good. Laughter, fun, and joy are some of the highest frequencies a human being can possibly radiate out into the world. And how do we attract? When we're sending that energy out, the universe matches it and sends back to us whatever we believe we can attract and we give our attention to. So let's begin by calculating your personal year number for the whole of 2026. We do that by adding the day and month, or month and day of your birth date to number 1. And number 1 is for 2026. So one more time, add the day and month of your birth date to number 1. Let me use the birth date, the 28th of March, as an example. We would go 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 3 for March, 10 plus 3 is 13, and we're going to add that to number 1 for 2026. 13 plus 1 is 14. The rule of thumb is to add any double numbers together until you eventually get a single number between 1 and 9. And that single number is your personal year number for the whole year. All right? So we would add the 1 and 4 together for 14, which would give a 5 personal year number. All right? One more time. Add the day and month of your birth date to number 1. If you end up with a double-digit number, keep adding double numbers together until you eventually get a single digit between 1 and 9. So let's say you added your day and month of your birthday to number 1 and you ended up with 10. You would go 1 plus 0 is 1. Or let's say you ended up with 19. 1 plus 9 is 10. Well, it's still a double number, isn't it? Double-digit number. So we would then take one more step. We would add the 1 and 0 together to get a 1. If you end up with a double digit 12, 1 and 2 is 3. Double digit 23, 2 and 3 is 5. All right? All right, so let's move forward now with the personal year number forecast, starting with personal year number 1. Now, you guys are always going to have the forecast, the same forecast as the universal year and month numbers. So you get a double dose of whatever that description, whatever that forecast is. So here we have your one personal year, just like the one universal year. It's a whole new 9-year cycle. So this is a year where it's all about you evaluating your life, looking to see, what do I want moving forward? What have I outgrown? What do I want to begin? What do I want to create? Where do I want to go? Coming up with a plan and having the initiative, the energy, the action, and being proactive about getting out there and taking the steps you need to take to get everything in place. So it's about taking action. It's about new ideas, new beginnings, a new you, a new mindset, new hobbies, new people, new job for some people, maybe a new location. It's all about that new beginning energy, all right? And as you go through the year, taking the steps to sort of implement and get everything in place for the direction you wish to go in. Now, for the month of February, you are in a 3-month, just like the universal month. And this is a month to go out of your way to do things that feel good. So whether that's catching up with people that you really enjoy their company and being around, it's got a really strong component of seeing the glass half full. So you want to catch yourself out when you are playing the victim. You want to move away from any behavior that is limiting, that is negative, that is going back into the past and replaying things that have gone wrong or things and mistakes you might have made, or the past is the past. It's about moving forward and going out of your way to feel better. So having more positive thoughts, being optimistic about the opportunities that are out there for you, trying to spend time with positive people, you know, maybe watching some uplifting, positive law of attraction, manifestation, coaching videos on YouTube, for example. It's also about being artistic, creative, expressing yourself. This is definitely a month where there is a lot of communication opportunities to have those conversations to clear the air, speak your truth. Also, for any of you that have creative, artistic abilities or hobbies, great time to be spending time doing things that are artistic and creative that you enjoy. Because when you enjoy being artistic and creative, it's raising your vibration, all right? Also, it is a time to know that this month there can be a lot of things going on. So don't have your finger in too many pies. You can get distracted. You can be disorganized. You can, not finish and complete things. So be extra organized, focused, and disciplined. All right, and have fun, but good, healthy fun. All right, don't go crazy. All right, so I'll leave that with you, and we move on now to personal year number 2. You guys are in a year where it is all about fine-tuning things from within and working on the details behind the scenes to get yourself and your life where you want it to be. There is a component of issues relating to relationships and to the heart and the emotions. So some people may experience repressed emotions coming to the surface. Some people may feel more sensitive and emotional than normal. Some people want to connect and get closer to other people and bond. And whatever relationship issues with other people that have been brewing beneath the surface, whether that's neighbors, friends, colleagues, children, family members, work colleagues, love partnerships, let them come to the surface so that they can be addressed and hopefully ironed out to create a better foundation in the relationship. For the month of February, you are in a full month. And so that is all about doing whatever needs to be done to get yourself and your life where you want it to be. Number 2 and number 4 are similar in that they are foundation building energies. So that means it's about figuring out the steps that need to be taken to get yourself your own inner health, whether it's mental health, emotional, physical, whether it's circumstances you would like to establish in your life, whether it's financial security, whether it's a better relationship, a more harmonious home, getting renovations done on the home, whatever you need to do to create stability in your life, this is the month to do it. The 4 is known for requiring effort and and hard work. So it's definitely not a kick back, do nothing and relax and chill month. It is a month where you will be asked to get things done. The more effort you put in, the greater the rewards at the other end. There may be delays, obstacles and challenges, but that's okay, because both the 2 and the 4 are teaching you to let go and let God, to slow down, to be patient, to be organized and to fine tune and to work on the details behind the scenes, and slow and steady wins the race. So don't try and force things to happen before their time. Take your time, be patient and trust, and overcome those obstacles and limitations with a positive mindset. All right. When the going gets tough, the tough need to get going. So I wish you a wonderful month. Now, personal year number 3, you guys are in a year where you are being asked to be more positive, to have a bit more joy, a bit more of a kick in your step, to see the glass half full, to be a bit more optimistic, to spend time doing things that make you feel good so that you can raise your vibration. Gratitude, appreciation, laughter, seeing life through the eyes of a child, seeing the good in things instead of dwelling on what's wrong. Now for the month of February, you are in a 5 personal month, and the 3 and 5 are both scattered energies. So that means there can be a lot going on. So you want to be extra organized, you want to be focused and disciplined. Don't have your finger in too many pies, because so many things can happen. You may not finish what you start. You may not be able to follow through with some of the promises you've made. And sometimes things can get a bit out of hand and a little bit too busy. And you don't want to have any stress. You want to be as stress-free as possible. So don't take on too many things. It's a really adventurous combination of numbers. Definitely a combination of numbers where you want to get out and about. You want to try some new things, explore some new territory, make friends, be more social, and have the courage to try things you've never done before, to be a bit more ambitious, a little bit more outgoing, a little bit more daring, but at the same time be responsible and don't go too crazy. All right, great time for change this month. Any changes that need to be made, be proactive in making them. Also, great time for traveling, for adventure, and taking a calculated, sensible risk. All right, so have a great month. I'll leave that with you. And we move on now to personal year number 4. So this year, you guys it's about setting up a foundation, doing the work that needs to be done within your own personal growth and self-improvement and the actual circumstances of your life, doing whatever work needs to be done to get yourself from within and your life on the outside world, on the material world, where you need it or want it to be. So what actions need to be taken to get yourself to that place? Some people, it's extra effort required to get themselves financially stable. Other people, it's extra effort needs to be taken to get their health in order. Other people, it might be extra effort required to get the home all organized and structured. Everyone's circumstances are different. But for the month of February, you are in a 6 month, and that is where there is a strong focus on the relationships in your life, especially family, especially love partners, children, grandchildren, and friendships. It can also extend out to neighbors, work colleagues, and people in the community. The 6 month that you are in for February is about being there to give a helping hand, to be that shoulder to cry on when you're called to do, when people are in need, and there's a call of duty, to sort of throw caution to the wind. And sometimes we worry, I've got things of my own I need to do. I really don't want to help this other person. But you need to trust that the universe has got your back, that life knows that you need to do what you need to do. You need to take responsibility. You might need to do the right thing, and it may delay things in your own life, but it's okay. You need to believe that that will take care of itself, and you'll be able to catch up at the other end. All right, do the right thing. Be open-hearted, be caring. Now, for some people, relationship issues that have been brewing beneath the surface with anybody, it could be family member, your partner, children, neighbors, work colleagues, Whatever relationship issues that have been brewing beneath the surface may rise to be addressed this month. So take those steps, sort out any misunderstandings, try and heal things where you can, and be more understanding of others and try to see things from other people's point of view as well as your own. It is a good month to do the inner work on yourself. It is a good month for people that work in a service-based career. And it is a good month for people to look at your self-care and things you need to do to get yourself as stable and secure and have as much self-love and learning to really be kind to yourself and not being too much of a perfectionist, dwelling on your imperfections and the imperfections of others and the world this month. All right? So be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and have an optimistic mindset. So I leave that with you and I wish you a wonderful month. So we move on now to personal year number 5, and this is a year of progress, movement, and change. So there can be things that come from left field. 5 is known for unexpected surprises, and that can be positive, exciting, unexpected surprises. And it can also be things that are a bit challenging that you didn't see coming and that may be inconvenient. Either way, trust that life knows what it's doing and learn to be changeable, adaptable, and pivot to any new environments. Just go with the flow, go with the changes, and know that all is well in my world. Life knows what it's doing, and try not to hold on to what was. Try not to, let's say you're a new beginning or new change is forced upon you that you don't like. You have to learn to let go of what was. The quicker you can let go and open yourself up to these new opportunities and beginnings, no matter how positive or challenging they may be, the quicker you will get to the other side and start reaping the benefits, because life really does know what it's doing. Great time for adventure and travel and new experiences, new people, new things to learn and do. Now for the month of February, you are in a 7 month, and that is a bit more inward. The 5 year is outward, it's where the action is, but the 7 month is going within. So you may find that you may not feel as sociable as normal. You may feel that you want to spend a bit more time alone. You may want to study and learn. It is also a time, the 7 is knowledge, and so if you have any workshops or anything you're wanting to learn, it is a great time to get stuck in, because information tends to just sort of stick and sink in a lot easier in a 7. It is also a time to expand your spiritual wisdom and your spiritual development. So your connection to source energy, any spiritual practices like prayer, meditation, breath work, qigong, personal development and self-improvement, working on the law of attraction, spending more time in nature, that kind of thing. It is also a time to really look at your patterns of behavior, psychology, understanding your behavior, what makes you tick, what your triggers are, what your patterns are, as well as understanding other people and what makes them tick as well. But it is definitely a month to spend quiet time alone if possible, spend time in solitude and try to get closer, do whatever it is that helps you and makes you feel closer to source energy and the creator, whatever that means for you. So I leave that with you. I wish you a wonderful month. And let's go on now to personal year number 6. You guys are in a year where there is a strong focus on home, domestic responsibilities, relationships, family, pets, anything from things that are required in the home, and your commitments, and being responsible for other people, being responsible within your own self, doing the right thing, being there to lend a helping hand where required, being there to be of service, that shoulder to cry on whenever it is needed. It is also a creative vibration. So if there's anything creative you want to work on, whether that's artistic pursuits, whether it's writing, anything to do with self-expression and beauty as well. A lot of people get makeovers or go within and work on their self-care and their health regimes and things in a 6 year. So you are also in an 8 personal month for February, where there is a strong focus on your personal power. So number 8 is about not allowing yourself to become disempowered by things outside of you. So other people, not losing your power to others. It's also not becoming disempowered out of things outside of you, like maybe addictions or fears and worries. You know, you really have to reclaim your personal power, become self-empowered by being courageous, by bringing your energy back within, having that positive mindset, knowing that life has got your back, all is well in my world. So definitely don't watch the news, don't buy into the fear. Say all is well in my world and I am safe and protected at all times. Now, also the 8 is about money, business and career. So some people may be looking at changes in their career. Some people may have changes in the workplace. Some people may also have opportunities where they can earn more money or attract more money. And other people may spend more money and lose money. Everyone's circumstances are different. But one thing's for certain, the number 8 is the number of law of attraction. It is the number of the law of cause and effect. And that is about believing that you are abundant. It is about believing that money comes, money goes, I always end up on top. You know, it's really about learning the law of attraction in intricate detail so that you can make the most of that 8 month that you're in, because 8 is the number of manifestation. So it's a great time to learn the manifestation process like the back of your hand. You can do that by watching videos for free on YouTube. You want to look up Bob Proctor, you know, Dr. Joe Dispenza, you know, if you really want to get into the manifestation process via Kabbalah, David Guillaume, G-H-I-Y-A-M. He teaches some really good tips and techniques about the manifestation process using the Kabbalah. You've got your Wayne Dyer, Abraham Hicks. There are so many teachers and videos and things you can watch on YouTube for free. Okay, but don't overspend. Make sure you're budgeting, making that you've got that, see that glass half full, and have that attitude of abundance this month, all the time actually, but especially in an 8 month. So I'll leave that with you. I wish you a wonderful month, and we move on now to personal year number 7. You guys are in a year where there is a lot of work going on the inner. So it's about developing your self-improvement, your personal development, being the best you that you can be, becoming aware of what your triggers are, what your patterns of behavior are, what patterns and what sort of shadow work needs to be done, the things that are holding you back, and where you would like to go, asking yourself, who am I? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? And how do I get there? And what makes me happy and what is making me unhappy? And it's also a year about developing a stronger connection to source energy, whatever source energy means to you, getting closer to the universe, nature, spending quiet time alone, studying, learning, any topic, but especially anything esoteric, anything psychology based, anything to do with mind, body, spirit, health and well-being, and personal growth is a great time for that. Now, you are in a 9 month for February, and that is about out with the old to make way for the new. It's a time of endings, completion, and transformation. So the first thing is taking a look at yourself and your life and looking at what you're ready to release. What do you not want to carry forward? Who is a side of you that you don't want to be, that you would like to grow out of and evolve into a much higher conscious awareness to become a better person? Any bad habits, any unresolved issues? Great time to make peace and resolve outstanding issues that you may have with other people. Also about learning to forgive yourself, misunderstandings, forgiving other people, and just simply forgiving the misfortunes that can happen to us in life. Nothing happens that wasn't meant to happen for our growth. And trying to see things from that higher perspective. What is the lesson I learned here? What have I learned from this challenge? You know, we didn't come here to sit on our butts. We came here to evolve, learn and grow, and it's usually through the challenges we tend to grow the most. So also anything that sort of you've outgrown, any hobbies, a change of attitude. Some people have a new health regime, a new mindset. Some people may let go of jobs, careers, friendships, or move home. But it's definitely a time where it's out with the old to make way for the new as you transform from the chrysalis into the butterfly. So I wish you a fantastic month there. We move on now to personal year number 8. You guys are in a year where it's all about law of attraction, manifestation, attracting, creating, manifesting. So you really want to learn about the law of attraction, learn the intricate details like the back of your hand. People you can learn from that have got a mine of powerful information. You've got your Bob Proctor, you've got Wayne Dyer, you've got Abraham Hicks, you've got Dr. Joe Dispenza. If you want to learn about the manifestation, intricate details of the manifestation process down the Kabbalah route, take a look at David Guillaume. Guillaume is Giayam. You can learn so much from him on YouTube and go to his website. There are so many important details about the manifestation process that he teaches that you won't hear from other sources. So that's a little tip for you. Another really good book is Sandra Ann Taylor's Quantum Success, and a book called Frequency by an author called Penny Pierce. Peirce. I think that's how you spell Pierce. But those are really good resources. And also the 8 is about money, business, and career. So for some of you, there will be that focus on, creating that attitude of abundance. Money comes, money goes. I always end up on top. Having that attitude that, money comes, money goes. It's always coming back to me. Some people are looking at career changes, things that are changing within their financial or career situation. Improving, getting better. Some people may have some losses. Everyone's life is different. But for the month of February, you are in a 1 month, and that's all about new beginnings. So new ideas, a fresh start, creating a new you, opportunities to have new ideas come in, a fresh way of looking at a same problem or situation, but for some reason you can have a massive breakthrough this 1 month. This is about being in the driver's seat of your life and being proactive and taking action, moving forward, making things happen, getting out there and taking control instead of just waiting for things to come to you. It's about being proactive, okay? So get out there and take the world by storm. It is a great time to do that for you in February. So last but by no means least, personal year number 9. You guys are in a year of out with the old to make way for the new. It is a time of transformation where you are moving from the chrysalis to the butterfly. You are transforming from one phase, one state, into a whole new you as you go through this year, especially with it being combined with a 1 universal year. This is a very powerful combination of numbers for you to reinvent yourself, to get in the driver's seat of your life and start creating the life that you want. Taking action. This is the green light about being proactive. Now, for something new to start, sometimes things have to end. So it's about looking at what you've outgrown, what chapters need to be closed, what changes need to be made, and what needs to be finished and completed before you can move fully forward. Now, for the month of February, you are in a 9, 10, 11, 2 month. So you are in a 2 month and a 9, and is an 11 2 month. And that is where it is time to really listen to your intuition. You may feel hypersensitive. You may even overreact at times because it is the number of emotions where your emotions are heightened. So listen to them. On one level, the heightened emotions will show you where you've got issues that you need to look at, where there may be things that need to be resolved. Other times it can be opening your heart because we really want to start manifesting from our heart center, not even our mind or our brain, from our heart brain. That's where our power center lies. But first you've got to open your heart. You've got to have an open heart. So self-love, loving life, loving all the misfortune, forgiveness, the 9 and that 2, it's about forgiving the misfortunes in life and being able to process that forgiveness and move forward to create happier circumstances and situations. In this 11-2 month, you want to really focus on your connection to source energy, whatever source energy means for you, and developing and enhancing that relationship, getting closer to source energy, whatever that means. Universe, God, angels, spirit, everyone has different thoughts and beliefs around that, but whatever it means for you. You also want to be more understanding of others, more accepting, forgiving, and being more cooperative. All right. Relationship issues that are brewing beneath the surface with people in your life could be anything from a partner to a child, to a family member, to a work colleague, to a neighbor. Relationship issues that have been brewing beneath the surface may rise to be addressed. So take action with that. Take steps to bringing things out into the open and discussing and hopefully resolving them, being that mediator, seeing both sides and trying to create a harmonious solution and finding peace, harmony, and balance and inner peace within yourself, especially this month. All right. And that will really help you to be more successful in the things you're trying to deliberately attract into your life with the law of attraction. So I wish you a wonderful February, and I'll talk to you again in March. Bye.